Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge our First Nations, Worimi people, and welcome Meister and Noreen, who are always around me, but it is nice to acknowledge their presence. My name is Libby. Thrilled to have you along with me today. Okay, as promised, we're going to have a look at Ukraine. There isn't any outstanding news as they're now 6 months into a 3-day invasion. But we will just I'll have a look at the power plant, I'll have a look at some general questions in regards to what's happening and what will be happening. A little bit of housekeeping first up. If you haven't caught it yet, go to David Johnson Moon Ride, R-I-D-E, and watch the interview between David and Cash Peters. Brilliant discussion, brilliant exchange of ideas. Love the rapport they had going, and very much talked about how you discover your spiritual journey and how whatever works for you is the right way for you. So if it works basically. There are no rules into your relationship with your spirit guides and with the universe in general. The affidavit for the Mar-a-Lago, the judge has declared that he has accepted the redactions and that unless the DOJ lodges a appeal, he's authorised for it to be released on Friday US time, which is Saturday our time in Australia. And apparently it's been redacted to remove any indication of what is going to be used in forthcoming the forthcoming investigation and any of the names of informants or witnesses. And in the words of the DOJ, they said there's practically no information in it and it's meaningless, but yeah, we'll let it go. So we'll see what it contains. And I did have to chuckle, and this was my laugh for the day. Herschel Walker has come out and declared that he's not going to debate Reverend Warnock on a Thursday because it clashes with his Sunday football viewing. Not quite sure what day of the week Herschel Walker is living in, but please, Georgia, think about who you're electing to government for your best interests to bring about prosperity and sustainability and protection for your state. Someone who thinks Sunday occurs on Thursday is possibly not a good idea. Okay, moving on to Ukraine. The main incident that has come to everyone's attention is the Russian occupation of the nuclear power plant in the southeast. It does supply a large portion of Ukraine's power, and that is the location of a couple of its major coal-fired power stations as well. I did have a reading with my pendant before I came on, just to ask a few questions in regards to the power plant. And I'm not yet using my pendant in my videos because the answers are so incremental. I don't know if the camera will pick them up. They are very clear in the movement, but we're just building our energies together, the pendant and I. So the questions I asked was, will there be an incident? Yes, but it will be small, which led me to, is it an incident that will be deliberately set off by the Russians? And that was a no. Will it be an accident? Sort of. So it's not deliberate, but it's not fully an accident either. And would it be severe? And I got a very definite no for that as well. But we will have a look with the cards and see what they tell us using my runic tarot and my light seers today. So let us see where they lead us. So I really don't have a huge amount of questions other than that. Russia's lost 44,000 troops. Ukraine has lost 9,000. This is only soldiers, doesn't include civilians, just senseless. A Russian paratrooper who was on the front line for several weeks and injured, shipped back to Russia for recovery, has now left Russia and is declaring widely and loudly that everything he was told about this invasion from the Russian propaganda side is a lie, which brings me to, if any information coming out of the Kremlin, take it with a grain of salt. There is a decree apparently been signed by Putin demanding an increase in troops. Don't know whether Putin actually signed that decree or not, or whether the order was coming from somebody else in the power tussle. So, because every reading I do, Putin is really, really on his way out. US has committed another $3 billion worth of arms. UK has committed another £54 million worth of drones and armaments. Australia's committed more, and I'm assuming all the other Western and some non-Western countries have committed more as well. So this is just the start. Oh, sorry, I just got complete chill with that thought. When I say the start, Ukraine is going to need massive rebuilding when this is all over. It's going to need the entire world to come together where we can and send our experts, our engineers, our trades, our organisers, our civil servants, whomever we can. Each country, we need to put in efforts to help it rebuild at the end, to just really hammer the point home. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at this nuclear power plant. Apparently the staff have been ordered to leave and have left. Getting great chills up and down my legs when I'm talking about the rebuilding. Apparently 2 staff have been arrested by Russian troops for passing on information to the Ukrainian government about what was going on inside. First up, I just want to see how they go. Tell me about these 2 staff that have been arrested. Tell me about, will they be okay? Tell me about these 2 staff that have been arrested. He knew I was going to ask that question, so he was a quick shuffler. Right. 8 of Cups, which is about racing away. This little squirrel is racing away, grabbed and raced from this dragon, racing away from what no longer serves you, taking your bickies and running. Okay, not quite sure what that's going to lead to, but let's have a look. Okay, I think they're going to be all right. These 2, they have been okay. This is them having passed information on, taking knowledge with them and passing it on. They have been accused of doing so. There's 2 of them. They are at a crossroads as what's actually going to happen to them. But there is a plan and a passion backing them about a new start, and here's my Zelensky card, and here's my 10 of Cups, which is communities coming together and celebrating. So I think it's actually, they're going to be okay, because, and then we have the world coming along behind them, circles of support. There is going to be loss, heartbreak, etc. for the Emperor, and then we have another new start. I have said it before and I'm going to say it again. I think they're going to be okay, because once Putin falls off the twig, trips over the bucket, this war is going to be over. And I think we're actually very close to it. So I think they're actually going to be okay. They have been taken as prisoners of war, but I think they're going to be okay, because they're at this... I'm really feeling... Okay, so there is talk out there in the government communities and amongst some tarot readers and spiritual readers that they think this war is going to go into 2023. I've never got that. I'm really getting August, September is is crunch time. I've actually written it down. How long? I'll have another look in a minute. No, I'll have a look now. Tell me, will this invasion of Ukraine be over by the end of September? Will this invasion of Ukraine be over by the end of September? New starts and a culmination. Culmination and new starts at the base of when I split it there, after a quick shuffle. Setting out on a new journey. Is this invasion going to be over by the end of September? Now remembering it's just on the energies of today. Is this invasion going to be over by the end of September? That didn't feel quite right. End of September. I'm getting prickles in my hair. My hair is standing on end and shiver down my spine. But let's have a look. Okay, having to defend themselves. But the book, I'm really drawn to the fact that there's a book in there. 7 of Pentacles. Got the trophies up on the wall. The sword is being laid down, point down. 7 of Wands, which is standing their ground and defending themselves. Powerfully standing their ground. I mean, goodness me, look at this figure. And then you have sorry, I've got my finger over him, the attacker at the base there, shielding himself. So 2 sevens. Higher ground, defending themselves, drawing on the energies of the universe. The devil. Didn't know that I wanted to see him. Page of Cups, a new message being brought forward. Oh, okay, thank you. So, this is about returning. Sorry, there's probably a bit of a glare on there. It was raining when I set up. This is about returning to home, the lodge, hanging up the shields, pointing the sword down to the ground. After having defended themselves, having stood their ground and seen off this enemy, drawing on all these forces and all these powers against this devil, and we have this new message coming forward in regards to this devil. And looking towards the future. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So the 3 of Wands, which is looking towards the future, and the Ace of Wands, new beginning. So that was me asking. And then we have Zelensky again. I mean, you saw me shuffle. The Sun. Could that have been a better card to be on the base of the energies here and now? The truth, manifestation, and walking away from what's no longer serving. And then we have, if we keep going on this base, the Hermit, which is about introspection, investigation. The Fool being a new start. So this is the energies of the here and now. And I'm actually finding this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 cards are major arcana. That's a pay attention. This is where the real story is. And then we have the 1 Ace, which is the major court card. So we have the Sun, truth, wisdom, honesty coming to the fore, pointed up. Often in decks it'll have a crown in it, this one doesn't. It is pointing to the sun. The sun is breaking through the clouds. It is beaming onto this sword, and it is all about a bright new beginning. in truth and wisdom and intellect, and bringing together everything that is good, manifesting possibilities, manifesting magic, has everything at their command. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a major arcana, my bad. But still drawn to the fact that this is about walking away, racing away from what is not serving you, which is this battle. The Hermit, a new start and hope and faith. And the next card I have is going back to simpler times. It's all about the family. And I'm drawn to the flowers in those cups, the yellow flowers. Going back to simpler times. So I'm really I'm putting my neck on the line here. Actually, because I am purely the messenger. I am purely the conduit, as I've said time and time again. Once I've done a reading, I forget what I read on, because I'm merely passing on the message. End of September. I really think it's going to be a long haul afterwards, but I really think that end of September we're going to see either the beginning of the end, or Russia's just going to pack up one day and go, Putin is going to pass, and those that are left behind are going to say, this was his plan, it is not worth it, we're out of here, and they will just leave. Oh boy, sorry, I just feel in regards to that. Okay, so in the meantime, it just makes everything else I've written down here seem so non-relevant. But in the meantime, we'll have a look at this. The nuclear power plant, I have tried to pronounce it. Occasionally it comes out right, but I'm not very good. So if I just say the largest nuclear power plant in Europe, in the southeast of Ukraine, is currently under Russian control. I'll just race through these questions because the pendant was fairly clear. And if it goes up, it's going to be blowing over Russia. It's their own people. They're going to be whatever. Anyhow, has the power plant been booby-trapped? Has this power plant been booby-trapped? Has this power plant in Ukraine been booby-trapped? As some reports are suggesting. Right, let's have a look. High Priestess, there is something that we don't know about. Very possibly has been. There is a hidden agenda in regards to this power plant that has not been revealed. Okay, yes. Right. Sorry, I can't help myself but keep going. Oh dear. Okay. So there is, I would say probably yes, there is something that we don't know about that hasn't been revealed. There is a hidden agenda in regards to this power plant. It has been disconnected from the Ukrainian electricity grid, because apparently there are a couple of coal-fired power stations that are in the area that have fires occurring in them. And they don't want the grid to sort of backfire onto the nuclear power plant because of if anything happens with these coal-fired plants. However, the message I'm really getting, really loud and clear from Meister, and I got it this morning when I first thought of this question, when I first saw it had been disconnected, is this is part of a move to cut off the electricity to Ukraine, to try and, if it's possible, worsen their suffering. Because it is the largest nuclear plant in Europe. Between it and the coal-powered power stations there, They supply, I can't remember the figure, but I think it was something like 40% of the electricity, it may even be more, to Ukraine itself. And that's what I really got the feeling is they've disconnected it from the grid to increase suffering. So whether that's the booby trapping, I'm not sure, but we'll keep going with this. So there is a hidden agenda here, and I wonder whether it is the fact that the words come out that it's booby trapped, but in fact it's that they've just disconnected it. There is going to be an incident. This is about Four of Pentacles is about loss and insecurity, loss financially. You've got this figure on the shore clutching this chest, hope of all their worldly possessions. It's hard to see, but on the ground at his feet are bodies that have washed up as this ship goes up in flames in the background. Okay, thank you, Meister. He's telling me no, it's not an incident. It's the fact that they've disconnected the power plant from the grid. The power plant is not going to go up in flames. It is about they've disconnected it and left the rest of Ukraine with whatever they currently possess. Okay, thank you, Meister. Sometimes he slaps me around the head. The Hanged Man. Things are going to be paused. Whatever this is, it's going to be paused as wisdom, truth, logic is this new start as the light breaks through the clouds. And this is, I poker shuffled. These are almost very similar cards that came up in the reading, in the spread I just did. Here we have the celebration again. This is the Hall of Valhalla, but this is an emotional community coming together and celebrating. So new starts. The Star of Hope, which is about restoring the democracy, which is about restoring, just have hope. It's nearly there. And then we had the Ace of Cups as well. So we've got the two aces, new beginning. So no, I don't see it as booby-trapped. I do see that they have a hidden agenda, and I think it's almost like a last gasp attempt. At the base, we had the Fool, which is about setting out on a new journey with hope and faith and trust and courage. And then the Ten of Pentacles, which is also a culmination and ending. It is the last card in a suit. So it is about the ending, and it's about... can be the Ogliarchs, but I think in this particular it's about, also Pentacles means security, practicality, and I think it's a culmination of the security. We have Four of Swords, retreat. I think this is Russia. Yeah, very much. So I don't think it's booby-trapped. I think what the issue is that they've taken it off the grid, is what it is, and they've sent everybody away. I don't see it. There's no tower, there's no Ten of Swords, there's no great destruction happening there. So aside from that, Four of Pentacles made me look twice, but yeah, it's very simple, and it will be over soon. It will be over. Okay, will there be a nuclear incident at the power plant? Will there be a nuclear incident at the power plant? This is where I got the sort of, but it wasn't a deliberate and it wasn't severe. Will there be an incident at the power, like a nuclear? Will there be nuclear? I have strength. Strength, hospitality and wish fulfillment, and retreat have fallen out there. Will there be a nuclear incident at this power plant? Will there be a dangerous nuclear incident at this power plant? Will there be a dangerous nuclear... Suddenly feeling lightheaded, which means I got the question right. So yes, Ten of Swords, there will be something. But we have this King of Wands energy. My Zelensky energy, but also, he's striding through the flames, coming to the rescue, an inspirational, absolutely courageous, inspirational figure. It will be moderate. I'm just looking at what's on the base. It will be moderate. It won't be severe. And times are changing, and soon there will be this celebration. And then we will move into this having to work hard on a new journey for Ukraine. So I'm going to just leave the nuclear power plant there. I don't think I'm going to get any more information than what the pendants and the cards have told me. So be alert but not alarmed. The world needs more alerts. It's an old saying. Yes. Sorry about that. It tickles my funny bone, that one. Okay, I just want to have a look at Ukraine going forward using my Light Seers Tarot. I've just split the deck to start doing my poker shuffling. The Tower has come up. The Tower in this deck is... it's quite a... It's not a benign tower, but I do love that the critters at the bottom are safe, the butterflies are flying away, but it is about tearing down of old systems so that they can rebuild, but it's about destruction and the need to rebuild. And then we have this Wheel of Fortune was on one side of the deck, Wheel of Fortune, so times are changing. The Wheel of Fortune is coming up, oh gosh, that's what, that 3 times already. Working together, slow and steady, moving forward. This is the other side of the deck, and the Page of Cups. Dream and make it happen. Pigs might fly. So, pigs will fly. Pigs do fly in that card. Believe anything that is possible. Believe anything is possible. Okay, Ukraine going forward. So... Ukraine going forward after September. Tell me what's it going to be like for Ukraine after September. Ukraine after September. Ukraine after September. Ukraine after September. September. Let's have a look. Got the cat snoring under the coffee table there. You probably can't hear it, but it's so cute. Okay, here is this full card again. What's this? 4th time I've pulled this today? Can't remember. 4th, 3rd, 4th? Feels like 5th. New start, stepping forward in faith, trust, with courage, belief that all is okay, starting out on this new journey with utter faith that the universe will catch you and it will be okay. Beautiful card. Look at the sunshine in that card, the sun shining down. Challenged by, or not necessarily challenged. Let's have a look. We've got the three of Wands. Challenged by the future. Looking forward into the future. There's going to be some of, oh heck, where do we start? But they will be looking forward with plans, with passion. They will need the assistance of the rest of the world. Yeah, this sort of sums up also that Three of Wands card. At the base we've got the Two of Pentacles. It's going to be a real juggle of what gets done first, where gets rebuilt first, what happens where, when, how. Financially it's going to be quite a struggle for them. And that's at the base. It's very much about what, where, when, how, who. In the past we'll have the celebration. Now I did say after September. So after September we have this celebration card in the past. So I'm really feeling that it's going to be over. Putting myself out there. Crowning the reading, we have this Tower again. All this destruction that is going to need to be rebuilt. But it will be rebuilt better than what it was. All this destruction is going to be rebuilt. Immediate future, Knight of Wands, bringing forward a message of, again, planning, passion, communications, jobs, just celebrating this movement forward. Externally, yeah, there's been so much destruction, so much loss. Four of Cups, disappointment with externally with how their country is being left, but I'm always drawn to this cup that still remains full here, full of hope, full of love, full of rainbow, full of possibilities. Internally, Queen of Cups. Stability, diplomatic, emotional stability, bringing forward emotional strength, compassion, understanding. That's internally. Hopes and fears. This is Ten of Cups. This is the Valhalla card in the Runic Tarot. The hopes and fears. This is the hope. It is all about the emotional coming together of the community, of families, of a culmination. Being a 10, it is the end of a cycle, and it will be the beginning of a new cycle. But I'm just, look at the rainbow of cups swirling around this family. There is so much hope and passion. Outcome after September, Eight of Wands. Woohoo! Magic happening. A lot of information coming forward, a lot of assistance coming forward, all coming together in this single point. Often the wands are pointed across the page, but in this particular deck they are concentrating on this single point and making magic happen. Ten of Wands. It is going to be burdensome. There is going to be movement as people are going to have to pack up what they have left and move, but there will also be movement back to areas that have been devastated, to rebuild those areas. It's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be a hard road. It's going to be a hard slog. Oh dear. And then we have inevitability, judgment, a call to arms, a collective awakening, embracing their spiritual inner selves, bringing forward strength, passion. Look at this soul dancing. They're going to bring this amazing energy back to Ukraine. And Nine of Pentacles, their independence. Base of the pack we have Page of Cups, which is that pigs will fly, dreaming, bringing forth something unexpected, but something again beautiful, full of love. This is, I don't know if you can see this little in the hands here, the heart. It is, to me, that is a symbol of the world coming together to help justice, actions and consequences, justice actually happening within Ukraine, and the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady progress forward. So I was very clear after September what's going to happen. So yes, look, putting myself on the limb there, but now I'm looking, I really honestly believe Putin is literally on death's doorstep, and once he is gone, Russia will pull out of Ukraine very quickly. Literally, I don't think it'll be wake up one morning and they're all gone. It might be wake up one morning and they're moving out, and it'll take several days. They'll leave so much destruction behind, but it is all about then rebuilding. So I'm pleased with that. Now I'm just going to pull a couple of, brought my oracle cards over with me, Nature's Whispers oracle cards. A couple of messages for Ukraine. So a couple of messages for Ukraine. A couple of messages for the people of Ukraine, for the country of Ukraine, the people who around the world who are sending their love, their light, their money, helping those in Ukraine, helping those who have fled. Couple of cards for a message for those, for everybody, please. A couple of cards for a message for everybody. Thank you. Infinite blessing. Yes, we are all thinking of you. We are sending our love. The universe will look after you. This infinite blessing. Empowerment. Yes, very much so. Ukraine is going to come out of this even stronger, even more of a powerful world force. They have earned respect, the Ukrainian people, like they cannot understand, and they are going to be a major force in the world going forward. Hope and happiness. And that's what we all have for Ukraine. Hope and happiness. Next card I turned over was Leap of Faith. Again, one could keep going with these. Breakthrough. Have faith, there is a breakthrough. And then open your heart. Powerful cards to finish with. So thank you for joining me. Love and light and strength. Not hope, knowledge. How do I end? Love you all. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.